another match that has my interest is Irakli versus Marcio Barboza. What do you
Yeah.
think of that one, bro? That's some fireworks right there.
Yeah. I no quit in Marcio. Never has been. Pulls every style. His match versus Tobias Sporong in East versus West 3 was one of the most technical matches you will ever see. The adjustments both of them made was amazing. And then from top rolling, they end up in a in a hook war was awesome. Marcio kind of can end up in those wars. He has great endurance, really technical, can pull different styles with the hand, without the hand, doesn't matter. So for me, I I pick Marcio as favorite, 55 to 45. Irakli's back pressure is still very hard to deal with. Maybe it will be too much that you just cannot get going. But I think if he could deal with Sporong, then I think he can deal with Irakli as well. And yeah, I love Marcio. I think he is the most underrated arm wrestler. People kind of forget about him. If you take out some of those big names like John, Devon, he's the guy. He's the next guy in line. So, people talk about John Brzenk was so great, but he had Ron Bat right behind him all the time. Ron's been there. So, you sometimes you're in position where it's very hard to be number one, but you're right there, and people kind of doesn't look up to you because you sometimes didn't rise to the challenge. But I think Marcio is awesome that he's back. I will have a podcast with him today, and I'm very interested to talk with him. I love that guy.
Hell yeah. I'm very interested in that match and to see how that turns out. And I'm wishing Marcio the best for that match. So recently they just set another big one on this card. This one
Big
is
one.
big. We got
Big.
two monsters in here. We got a gorilla and we got a dude that looks like a Viking going at it. So we got Alex Kurdecha, and he's going to be going against Corey the Gorilla West. Wow, don't get bigger than this. So what's your predictions on this one, bro?
So it's a classic clash of styles. Corey inside, Alex outside. None of them intentionally will change the style. Like Corey is a big guy, but I think he's way more suited for hook pulling, and Alex is way more suited for top rolling. It will be very hard for Corey to not lose the hand with Alex. So how I see this, if Alex can take the hand from round one, I don't see him losing. If Corey can stop him in any position, they can get in a big drawn out war, which I cannot predict. I'm picking Alex as favorite because we don't know where the strength level is. Like last time, the thing that's going for Corey, he destroyed the guy that beat Kurdecha in a war, Krasimir Kostadino. 2019 or 20, they had an amazing match, just all out war. Love that match. One of my favorite matches, if not the favorite match of all time, because how much, grind it took both of them. And he just demolished the guy. But again, Krasi was going for the same position, and, Corey is just stronger there.
Now the question is how much did Alex level up in over these last 3 years?
Oh,
Because
he has leveled up like crazy. I have no doubt about it. Just going toe to toe with Dave Chafee and making him work. In my book, that says a lot. And all those victories he had, Hermes is hard, but again, Hermes is a top roller. You take that hand, and he doesn't do much afterwards. But Corey West is very interesting. I want to see if has Corey arrived, because Mike has been the champion of Corey West. But again, that comes with the training partner. Every time you pull with someone, your training partners feel the strongest because they're your training partners, And sometimes you're like, oh my God, this guy is so awesome. You go to competition, he gets smoked 2 times. You're like, what the hell happened? So it's one of those things, or it's not. So I'm very interested. And they asked me about this match. They said they wanted to set it up, and I said, like, they put on some names, and I said, put Corey West on it. I think he deserves a chance. And I'm very interested, like, because all these heavyweights, they need to clash between each other. And it's, Corey's been pulling still, mostly Americans, Crossy, but Crossy is not a real heavyweight, not in that conversation. And Corey is very hungry, like super hungry, and he wants to be in that conversation.
Yeah, I think this is Corey's first real step onto the world stage, and
Oh, yeah,
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 we're gonna really get to see where this boy is leveled up. And I gotta say, because a lot of people say, he lost to Toddzilla and all, but we just got to remember the circumstances that were going on when he lost to Toddzilla. I know because I threw that event, and it was right when Michael Todd was on his tour around United States. So that was his number one trainer that he always pulled with. He didn't have him there to train, so he hardly had any table time, and it was just all gym lifting. So, just got to keep that in mind. I don't think we saw 100% Corey West that time against Toddzilla. So keep that in mind. And I think Corey over the last few months has really stepped it up a notch. He is looking lean and mean. He's even lost like 20 pounds. He's just, his numbers on benching is just keeps getting higher and higher if it's even possible. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm very excited about this one. I'm wishing Corey the best. I think this is Corey's first big shot at the world level, and I'm hoping that it turns out well for him. So just everybody, if you haven't already, make sure you get over there and purchase that King of Table 4 over by Core Sports. Show your support. Let's just help out fellow arm wrestling promoters, spread arm wrestling.